welcome to Wayward Passage. I'm your host, Sean Emerson. There's my co-host today, Jeff from Survival Blue. We are going to be doing the Deadhorse Elelehum Trail up into Elelehum Lake. We don't know if there's fish in there. There's almost no information available online dealing with this lake. So we are going to find out today if there's any fish in there or not. Alright, so here's the trailhead. That almost looks like a naturally occurring teepee. Alright, so we've got to cross this somehow. Probably going to be walking the log. Well, we read somewhere that there's supposed to be a boulder field that we have to scramble through somewhere along the beginning of this trail, and we have yet to see anything that resembles that. So we're gonna probably run into that up at the top or over the top of this ridge would be my best guess. This is supposed to be a hike that they take little kids on all the time, but don't let that fool you. The trail does get pretty steep. I would call it a moderate hike going up this ridge. Not the easy hike that I thought it was going to be. Alright, so we reached the top of the ridge. We hiked in from that road, that hillside way behind me there. Well, we've reached the field of boulders that they were talking about, I think. It doesn't really look like much more than a talus slope of shale to me, but here it is. This is pretty cool. There's a bunch of wild raspberries out here along this trail. Delicious. Well, we have bear scat on the trail. It's kind of old and dry, but that is evidence that there are bears out in this area. I've said it before, and I'll say it 1,000 times. Always be prepared. Bring bear spray. Bring a gun. And never hike alone. Well, here's some more bear scat just up ahead on the trail. Another thing you can do, and I know I've mentioned this before in my videos, another thing you can do is make lots of noise. Bears do not like confrontations. They don't want to run into people any more than you want to run into them. So talk, yell, sing songs. The information booklet for Glacier National Park says a good way to do it, especially if you're hiking alone and don't have anybody to talk to, is to periodically yell out, "Hey bear," while you're walking around in the brush, especially in extremely brushy areas where visibility is poor. Hey bear! Okay, that little stretch of forested area back there that I just came out of was kind of creepy. There was, I don't know if it was the wind blowing through the trees or what it was, but it kept sounding like people screaming or yelling. And then with the creaking dead trees, it already set the stage for a spooky moment in the first place, kind of like a enchanted forest or something. But then, to top that off, something really big, probably a bear, went crashing through the rocks and scared the life out of me, because he wasn't much more than 75 yards from me, probably even closer than that. He was close enough that I jumped and ran. Well, that's why it's good to be prepared when you're out in this kind of habitat, because close encounters with bears do frequently happen. And we're back into forest cover for a little ways. So that was Elelehum Lake we just saw from up there. Got a short little walk down this trail. Should be there in about 2 minutes. So we made it here to Elelehum Lake. It took us about an hour and a half to get here. It's a 2.8 mile hike, so not that bad. We actually took the long route so that we could get a good hike in, get some scenery, get some video. There is, if you continue out continue out that way, there's a road about a half mile up. It's only a half mile hike in here if you take the other road in. Well, we've been fishing here for probably about 10 minutes. We're about ready to give up on the idea of catching any fish. So we haven't seen anything hit the surface, no sign of fish, nothing. I just saw what I thought was a tadpole until it turned and I caught a flash of white on his belly. So I've dug out the power bait. We're gonna see if that'll bring anything bigger in. My guess is there's probably not a lot in this lake. It's pretty small. And this year it looks like the water is about half the level it should be. Alright, so I don't know what it is, but there's something directly across the lake from us, something big making big crashing noises. I'm gonna get my camera ready and see if we can get it on video. We're going to call it a day. We fished here for a little bit, didn't catch any fish. We didn't even see anything more than a couple fish, or a couple minnows actually. It was just little tiny ones, not more than a handful. Not a good lake for fishing in. It's a great trail, great place to go for a day hike if you want to take your family out on something fairly easy, but I wouldn't recommend it for fishing. So we're going to call it a day here, head back down to the car. Thank you for watching Wayward Passage, and we'll catch you next time.